What's up, Exeters? Tonight, we're here in New Orleans, Louisiana. Currently standing outside Lafitte's bar here at the corner of Bourbon and St. Philip. Renee wants to tell you something.
So it's Lafitte's Blacksmith bar?
Oh, excuse me, I left out the Blacksmith bar. Left out the Blacksmith part.
So as you can tell, it's a busy Friday night.
Very busy.
But aside from that, New Orleans holds some of the most authentic, greatest ghost stories in the city that is built on culture. So of course, we're gonna visit the oldest bar still standing here, survived the great fires back in the day. And the most interesting fact, aside from this being haunted, is this bar has no electricity at all.
I did not know that.
So as we're going to show you the bar, they run completely on candles, lanterns, anything like that once it gets after dark. The sun goes down, which makes it even more creepy of the story we're going to tell you about this specific haunted location here in New Orleans.
So join us on this adventure. Ooh. Alright, so we're sitting outside the little, what do you call this, courtyard area, I guess?
It's a little courtyardish. You got the greenery, you know.
Nice brick.
Some brick. It's a little courtyardish. You know.
Here at the blacksmith shop, so a little backstory on Mr. Lafitte. So he was a privateer way back in the day. We're talking like
Pirates,
early
swashbuckling.
early 1800s.
Yeah.
So he was selling south in 1823 towards Honduras, and he comes across this town like Omoa, O-M-O-A, however you pronounce that.
Like Omaha.
Omaha, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Not Omaha, but Oma.
yeah, Honduras.
Like Omaha.
So this town had this huge freaking fortress, right? Like, this thing was like the Fort Knox of Honduras because it housed all the Spanish silver.
Yeah.
So he's seeing this thing, right? And he's like, yo, I gotta get some of that. Like today.
Because
I got a lot of people to feed, a lot of mouths.
like pirates, what do they want more than to steal gold from the British and the Spanish? They
Right.
just wanted to steal everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he sees these two Spanish ships, right? And he's like, I can take them. They don't look that big, you know. They're good. So on February 4th, 1823, he's like going after these two ships, and it's real foggy. Like you can't hardly see jack
Like
in front of you.
just if you're not from the South, we get some really serious fog down here. First thing in the morning, you're not seeing a half a mile in front of you.
Exactly. That's
So
how this
it's,
fog works.
it's that type of fog.
Yeah. So he thinks, oh, I got them on the run. These two ships are like, they're slowing down. I'm going to be able to take them right. Little did he know they was like setting him up. They're like, oh, we're going to act all woo. But really,
Admiral Akbar, it's a trap.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like Jean Lafitte was kind of like the basis of Johnny Depp's character. You know,
He
like
was.
The infamous Jack Sparrow could never be called.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he actually was. They tie, into that. So he gets through the fog, right? And he's like, crap. I'm screwed because these two ships, as soon as they went out of sight, have now turned, and they're full-on warships. They're not the little
They're
ships.
pointing right at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's this whole time thinking he's chasing down these little, like, silver boats that's got the loot.
Yeah.
He's been chasing down two big freaking warships, right?
And at the time, the Spanish warships were massive. Like,
Yeah.
these guys were like the hunters of the ocean.
Yep. And he's got all guns pointed at him. He knows, he's like, yep, I'm screwed. I've made the wrong calculations.
I have made a terrible mistake.
I should have sailed north. I shouldn't even be down here in Honduras. Should have went to like Jamaica, had some rum, chilled out.
On a beach. Yeah.
Went to Omaha, Nebraska.
We should have went to Nebraska.
Yeah.
You know what's in Omaha, Nebraska? Fucking nothing.
He would have been a lot better off.
Fucking nothing.
So the early morning of February 5th, this was the night of February 4th, but that early morning, Jean Lafitte goes down, they blow his ship to smithereens, and he ends up dying in the early mornings of February 5th, 1823. So the blacksmith shop here is supposedly, there's rumors that his treasure is actually buried. Like, I don't know why ain't nobody renovated the place and tried to dig it up.
Yeah, we were talking earlier, like, if you own this place, wouldn't it be smart to do like a renovation and like try to like, oh, this fireplace, it needs to be renovated.
It needs to be up to code.
Yeah, we gotta fix this so we can find where this treasure is. But apparently no one's done that. To an extent, me being kind of a purist, like, when you buy something like this, you want to keep it like as original as possible.
Yeah. And two, they think there's a, with all pirate privateer treasure, it's always cursed. The theory is either by the people that it has been plundered and raped and everything from, or by the pirates themselves who have put a curse on it to keep them grubby little fingers off of it. Yeah. So one of the stories is that down in the cellar, anyone that goes down in the cellar looking for this treasure, even curious, right, that these menacing red eyes will be seen coming either through the cracks of the wall or the fireplace.
Not only seeing the red eyes, but if you see the red eyes, you'll actually go into a trance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll go into like a trance, and like someone has to wake you up from the trance. That's one of the stories involved with the red eyes.
It would look. Ask for a rub and tug.
You'll go in the bathroom and ask for a rub and tug. Some guy in a top hat's gonna make funny. That's what's gonna happen. So
you wake up from your trance too.
No funny business in the bathroom of the blacksmith.
Yeah.
No funny business. They don't like it here. No. Yes, you're not getting rub and tugs in the bathroom at the blacksmith.
Yeah. Don't even act like you're going to ask.
Yeah, if
you're better off going in the cellar and dealing with Lafitte's red eyes.
Better off in the cellar with the red eyes and going into a fucking state of paralysis than asking for a rub and tug in the bathroom. So, yeah, don't do that. That's bad news. It's bad news. I tried it. It didn't go well. It didn't go well at all.
Bad times.
Now, I do, before we get too deep in the history of this place, I want to note something real quick. Because of my family and everything, this was actually a gay bar in the 40s.
Really?
Yeah, I thought that was super interesting. That even in the 40s, they tried to make a space for people like that in that time.
Right.
And unfortunately, in '53, it got bought by someone else, and it got shut down. Of course, persecution. You know, but that was super interesting to me because I know this place has changed hands several times throughout the years, just like a lot of these places.
And it's interesting you say that because, like, how, like, things change, but then they start going back, like, you know, like, early in the days, that was cool, and, like, with the ladies of the night, so down the street and everything, but then all of a sudden, as decades go by, oh, now it's bad.
It's almost like, because in '53, they sold this place. It's almost like when the nuclear family came out. You know, when that whole nuclear family image came out, like, everything just got shut down. And they were like, oh, we have to be the most modest people on planet Earth.
It's like it goes from that to that, and then now we're we're back to.
It's all circling back
Yeah.
around. Yeah. Sorry to get deep there for a minute. Apologies.
Things get deep here in
Yeah.
Angleton.
Look, you have too many hurricanes, you get deep, you're going to get in the fields. You know?
All right. So,
Not that, other than, I'm not sure if it was Lafitte or one of the owners, but somebody had a brother that was unnamed. Which I was kind of curious about. I'm not sure if there's any like lineage to that because I think it was Lafitte. Lafitte had a brother that they bought the place together.
And they did shady stuff together.
Yeah.
And this was kind of like a front to all their shady operations.
This is almost like money laundering.
oh, okay.
It's
Well,
like-
I mean, that would make sense.
It's like pirate money laundering.
Wait, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't his brother's name Pierre? Not Pierre Antoni.
Not Peter Antone. But not Pierre.
From Muriel's. No, two different Peter
Two
Antonis.
different Peter Antonis. So two different Peter Antonis.
I think his brother's name was Pierre, though.
But yeah, Lafitte had a brother, and they both bought this place.
Yeah, so his brother was the blacksmith.
Yeah, and that's why this
Oh,
place.
well, that meant, that makes sense.
So it's almost like like the brother was almost like legit,
Yeah.
and then Lafitte had all the stolen money. So it's like, hey, we need a place to like.
The feet working out the back while his brother's keeping things on lockdown on the front,
Yeah.
making his horseshoes
It's,
and everything
it's
else.
like, hey, you need some armor, you need a sword. Things like he's doing legit business while Lafitte's like smuggling gold out the back.
That would make sense though, and too, if he did actually bury his treasure in the cellar somewhere, in the walls or the chimney.
I mean, realistically,
I mean that way,
around here.
yeah. I mean that way it's down underneath. So if anybody comes up here,
You're not gonna ask
snooping
any
around,
questions.
yeah, because you're not
Yeah.
seeing anything. Looks like a legit blacksmith.
Especially like a legit blacksmith place, like this place was hot, sweaty. No one would have. There would have been furnaces everywhere. You wouldn't have wanted to go dig around that place. So
Hot, sweaty
that
balls.
was the case. That's actually a pretty genius. But other than that, we haven't seen any red eyes. There's no bra snapping in the ladies' bathroom.
I think we made that up,
You
though.
guys might have made that up.
No, I actually think that goes to that bar.
And what we're referring to is our haunted pub
That's
crawl.
closed now. Because I remember when we were on our tour, we went in that one, and they said something about.
We didn't go in it. We went by.
Well, I'm saying-
Wherever this place was, there was a
Yeah,
story.
like going on, it looks almost like this.
So it's
like
an
the
older
fence,
building.
But it's an older building, but now like all the windows are opened up like it's closed. And I swear that's the one they said if you go in the bathroom, they get Lafitte's was supposed to be if you're up here and nobody's by the piano. If you glance, they said they've seen him sitting in that corner where we were sitting. And then if you actually look, you see him disappear like in a cloud of smoke from his cigar.
Okay. All right.
And so
And he's
basic,
out there now because
yeah.
they're over.
So basically, back in the day, there were all these lands that were fighting, and they were lacking seamen. And that's not the perverted kind of seamen. That's actually men at sea.
We'll make it PC Navy people.
Yes.
Yes.
So they would hire what were like pirates, scallywags.
People with sea experience.
Yes, all these people. So the battle, I don't remember the name of it, that where Andrew Jackson
We're in New
was
Orleans.
a part of.
A lot of battles.
Yeah, so that he actually hired Jean Lafitte and his brother. They were actually legit and legal to take people's junk from their ships from other countries.
Yeah, it was
That
actually,
makes sense then.
it was actually like a spoil of war.
Yeah. Well, I know when the morning that he died, from getting blown to smithereens, he was actually given a proper Navy burial where they buried him at sea and sent him to Davy Jones' lockers.
Well, if you think about it too, during the pirate time, you know, the British and the Spanish were like at odds. But we also had the colonies. A lot of people were settling here, and as it goes on, you kind of create the American naval force. So at one point, there was really all three of them.
Yeah.
They're kind of fighting together, and who better to hire, especially for Americans?
Yeah, because we weren't nearly as big back then as the Spanish and
who are we going to hire? We're going to hire pirates.
Yeah.
It's almost the same thing we do now. It's like, who's the best of the best?
Yeah.
Oh, well, we got to have these guys. You know?
I mean, that makes sense. You're just brand new country.
Oh,
You're going to be way outmatched.
Yeah, we were like baby colonies.
Yeah.
We were like just starting to fall.
So yeah, you gotta hire pirates and privateers, and you're like, hey, if you take these people down, whatever is on the ship, you just take it.
Yeah, you take it. We're not going to say anything.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. So,
And sometimes they would work for, even though they were hired by certain countries, they would work for other opposing countries, and nobody said anything.
Yeah,
They were
you're
just like, whatever.
you're almost doubling back. So, like, even if America loses, or the British lose, or the Spanish lose,
Yeah.
you're still winning.
Yeah.
You know, like, you always had, you were looking out for number one.
Yeah, the pirates are always gonna look out for themselves
Yeah.
anyway. I mean,
They're like private contractors.
yeah.
Like, we're going to take the best bet, and that's what we're doing.
They were the mercenaries.
They were the mercenaries. You know?
The guns for hire.
So aside from the ghost that's supposedly here of Jean Lafitte, we also have reports that there is a lady that haunts this premises also.
I do want to make a note of this real quick, only because we're literally sitting outside the building. There's not a lot of room up there.
No, there's not. That's
So if this building is original, that's not a very big room.
no, that would be like a little small 1-bedroom.
It's like an
Probably
apartment.
gotta come downstairs,
Yeah,
use the latrine.
yeah, that's like an apartment up there. So.
Yeah.
And supposedly the story is she jumped from the top and committed suicide, but look at the height on that.
I'm gonna tell
I
you
don't
this.
know if that would be possible or you'd just be hurting.
I'm going to tell you this from personal experience. I've jumped second story of a hotel balcony before. Being a young son of a bitch. And the most that happened was I bruised my heels. So she jumped from here and killed herself. I'm going to say intentional.
Yeah, I mean,
She's
she took
trying
a good
to go
swan, yeah, she took a good swan dive or a normal dive head first.
She's trying to go.
Cracked her face on the cement, or even the bricks right there. I mean,
She's
no
trying-
ambulance to come and get you
Yeah,
back then.
who's going to help you?
Yeah.
She's trying to go at that point.
So people have reported seeing her here, right?
Yeah,
They have said, yeah, because apparently there's a middle-aged woman. There's really not a whole lot of background on her. As to, like, why she's here, what she's doing
who
here.
she is.
But there's a middle-aged woman floating around here. So, you know, I'm going to be honest with you. During the time, especially after the place we just went to,
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's a Jean Lafitte lady of the night.
Could be. Could be somebody he was having a relationship with that maybe he wanted to keep hidden. Blacksmith down here, he could hide somebody up there.
Maybe he had like a baby mama.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe
Baby
she-
mama drama.
Yeah, and he was just like tucking her away, and the brother was like, "Bro, you can't do that."
Yeah. She could have been from another
Yeah.
country. Maybe he smuggled her
Could
in.
have been.
Because I know they
What
had.
if she was Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because.
wait, what's
Because-
reported,
yes, because-
Jean Lafitte is apparently prejudiced against two different kinds of people that come in here.
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. That would make sense because they have said that anytime someone of Spanish descent or a federale, which would be a cop or whatever, comes into the blacksmith bar here, that he acts up. Like he
starts getting out of hand.
he gets a little rowdy. Stuff gets thrown.
Bet.
Noises get made.
Just solved it. Jean Lafitte had a Spanish lady of the night trapped away in her apartment, and she jumped out the window to kill herself. Boom, true crime series, done, solved.
It's a wrap.
Got it.
Cold case closed.
Close it. Close it.
But that could be it. But
That, to be honest, especially if you were a pirate at that time, you would have just taken everything. And that would have been women.
she could have been
That
on
would've
one
been
of the
it.
ships that
Yeah.
he shot down, and was like,
Could have
"Hey,
been anything.
I'm taking that silver jewels. Oh, and I found a chick hiding in the
Yeah.
bottom. You're coming with me."
Taking her, and then he winds up locking her away. And especially if you know the Spanish people are very proud.
Yeah.
They're very proud of their heritage, as they should be. And she was just like, I'm not having it.
Yeah.
And just whoop, out the window. So,
Swan dive to the end.
yeah. I think we just figured it out.
Cold case closed.
Yeah, Jean Lafitte was like, "You're mine," and she's like, "Bet, motherfucker!" and just jumped out the window. So,
Cool.
but as far as I know, that's all we got on the Blacksmith.
Yeah, that's all the research I've had. All right, we hope you guys have enjoyed this little adventure to Jean Lafitte's blacksmith shop. Go ahead and ring that notification bell so you get notified every time we release a video.
Like and subscribe.
And if you haven't done so by now, you got to ask yourself why. What are you holding back on? We love subscribers. We love hearing from you guys. If you know of any more tales here at Jean Lafitte's Blacksmith Bar, go ahead and drop us a little comment. Let us know if you've seen the red eyes, or if you maybe seen him sitting in the back, or any other stories you know of. And we'll catch you guys down the road with the next exit. Later.
That's like the best segue I've ever seen in my life.